Kidneys, the double filters that never ask for overtime. I want you to imagine this. Deep inside your lower back, tucked safely behind layers of muscle, sit two quiet workers. They don't make noise, they don't send you notifications, they don't even complain when the workload doubles, and yet every single day, they keep you alive. These workers are your kidneys, two bean-shaped heroes, each about the size of a fist. They don't shout for credit, but without them, life would fall apart in a matter of days. When I first learned how hard the kidneys work, I was blown away. Think of it this way, each kidney filters about 50 gallons of blood every day. 50 gallons. That's like carrying two giant office water jugs on your back every single day, without a break. Together the pair filters nearly 100 gallons, but here's the magic. From all that filtering, they only send out about 2 liters as urine. Everything else gets recycled, cleaned, and sent back into circulation. It's like running the most efficient recycling plant in the world, where almost nothing goes to waste. But the kidneys aren't just cleaners, they're also managers, subtle, precise, and quietly powerful. Imagine an office where the most important employee doesn't just sort the mail but also decides how much electricity the company should use, how much water to order, and when to call the boss for a meeting. That's the kidney. One moment it's balancing salt levels, the next it's signaling hormones to raise or lower your blood pressure. If you've ever felt thirsty, that's your kidneys sending a memo to your brain. Hey, we're running low on water, grab a drink. What makes this story fascinating is how invisible their work is. The stomach makes its complaints known with growls. The lungs huff and puff when you run too fast. The heart pounds when you climb stairs. But the kidneys? Silent. They just keep filtering, balancing, adjusting, like background music you don't notice until it stops. And when they do want your attention, oh, they'll get it. Kidney stones, for example, are like the angry emails of the body, short, sharp, and impossible to ignore. I used to think kidneys were just about making pee. But that's like saying the CEO of a company just signs papers. The kidneys are life's quality controllers. Without them, toxins would build up in your blood, fluids would overwhelm your body, and your blood chemistry would go haywire. You'd be like an aquarium with a broken filter, cloudy, toxic, and unlivable. Here's a perspective that really hit me. You can live with just one kidney. Surgeons remove one all the time for transplants, and the other steps up like a loyal employee who says, "No worries, I'll work late, I'll handle both shifts." Imagine that kind of dedication. And yet, how often do we even think about them? Probably only when the bathroom calls too often or when the doctor mentions something on a blood test. But here's where the story gets serious. Kidneys are strong, yes, but not invincible. If you drown them in soda, overload them with salt, or make them swim in alcohol every night, they struggle. Slowly, quietly, they wear down. And once kidney function declines, it doesn't bounce back easily. That's when dialysis comes in, a machine that mimics the kidneys by filtering blood. It works, but it takes hours, several times a week, and still doesn't match the natural brilliance of your real kidneys. Suddenly those silent workers you ignored for years become the very center of your life. And yet, for all their seriousness, I can't help but find something almost funny about the kidneys' personality. They're like those two employees in an office who never ask for a raise, never gossip, never slack off. They just sit in the corner, quietly making sure the whole company survives. But mistreat them long enough, and they'll walk out, and when they do, the entire building collapses. So what's the lesson here? Respect the quiet workers. Pour yourself a glass of water, not soda, and imagine your kidneys sighing with relief. Choose real food, greens, fruits, nuts, instead of processed junk, and picture them smiling, grateful for the lighter workload. Move your body, manage your blood pressure, and know you're giving them the tools to keep recycling, balancing, and filtering without complaint. For me, the kidneys are a reminder that the most important parts of life are often the quietest. They don't need applause, they don't need attention, they just need you to stop making their job harder than it has to be. So the next time you take a sip of water, think of those two bean-shaped heroes, working overtime without ever asking for overtime pay. They are your body's built-in filters, your natural recycling plant, your silent guardians, and if you nurture them, they'll keep you clear, balanced, and alive for decades. Your kidneys may not make noise, but they tell a powerful story. And that story is this: survival doesn't always come from the loudest heroes. Sometimes it's the quiet ones keeping everything together. If this story made you see your body a little differently, stick around. Hit that subscribe button and join me as we explore more hidden heroes inside you. Because once you understand what they're doing for you, you'll never look at your own body the same way again.